We are now 48 hours ahead of that high-stakes summit with Vladimir Putin. And at that time, now as we are in these critical hours, Vladimir Putin is significantly ramping up his military attacks on Ukraine, and President Trump, all part of the strategic jockeying, is ramping up his tough talk.
Will Russia face any consequences if Vladimir Putin does not agree to stop the war after your meeting on Friday?
Yes, they will. Yeah.
What will the consequences
There will be consequences.
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences.
The president has a number of tools at his disposal, including secondary sanctions and tariffs on countries that buy Russian oil and gas. Those are something that Joe Biden could have done but never did. President Putin must believe that the tough talk is going to turn into tough actions. It is the only language that Vladimir Putin understands. That's our Why It Matters segment tonight. President Trump wants the killing to stop. That is a noble goal. Endless war is not an option. And there's real risks if the war in Ukraine rolls on. Every day is a risk of escalation and miscalculation, especially when one of the people involved in that war controls the largest nuclear arsenal in the world. And therefore, Vladimir Putin has a real say, obviously, in how this war ends, if it ends. And the only chance for the killing to stop is if Putin believes he will have to pay an unbearable price for continuing his assaults on Ukraine. That's the only chance. So the stakes couldn't be higher. The meeting's going to happen Friday in Alaska at a military installation about 4,000 miles from Moscow, about the same distance from Washington, D.C. What no one is talking about right now is that you don't hear that the Ukrainians say the Russians appear open to a deal, open to a ceasefire. There's a reason for that. That reason is how President Trump has played this. The war is now in its 1,266th day. It is the definition of a stalemate. A meat grinder is what the military folks say. And the drone and airstrikes are covered heavily. We hear about it. But the fighting along the front lines is akin to World War I. It is hell. This is new video showing Ukrainian troops in close combat. This is what Ukrainians are going through every day. You see a unit storm a bombed-out building to rescue a wounded soldier before exiting back to their truck. This bloody fighting is going on day after day after day. Ahead of the summit, the president is, well, offering, you could say, measured expectations about reaching some kind of full deal on Friday, something the White House, in terms of expectations, has been consistent on all week long.
There's a very good chance that we're going to have a second meeting, which will be more productive than the first.
This is a listening exercise for the president. Look, only one party that's involved in this war is going to be present.
This is really a feel-out meeting, a little bit. And probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be made. Now, I may leave and say, good luck, and that'll be the end. I may say this is not going to be settled.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.